The NRA is having some financial issues, and our hearts go out to them. The NRA's membership revenue has dropped by over $25 million. According to a report obtained by Open Secrets, the National Rifle Association has lost tens of millions of dollars in membership dues since the 2016 election and is more than $30 million in debt, according to that audit. So there are other indicators that they might be having some financial problems. They also say that one possible indication that the group's finances aren't as robust as they have been in past cycles is that its election spending has slowed down considerably in 2018, a very important year, by the way. The NRA has reported $2.7 million so far this cycle, mostly from its PAC, down from $19.2 million at this point in 2016, a general election year, but at $10.7 million at this point in 2014, which was the last midterm election cycle. So that is quite a gap.
So this is about as good as it gets in terms of news. So, and for a couple of reasons. One, I love that the NRA doesn't have money to threaten people in elections like they used to, or at the scale that they used to. But more important than that is that I like that their members are leaving them, because it's, we kept telling you guys they're mainly representing the gun manufacturers, and so that's the bed that they made for themselves. And if you're wondering part of why they're leaving, even over 90% of NRA members want federal background checks, and it's just very reasonable to say, hey, look, I want my gun. I want to be able to protect my family, I want to be able to hunt, etc. But I don't know why you keep insisting that there shouldn't be background checks on people buying guns, because they might buy guns and come into my house. I don't know why you keep saying that we should be able to have bullets that pierce armor that cops are wearing. I don't know why you keep insisting that we shouldn't have some of the legislation and regulation that would protect serial numbers on the guns so we know who the bad guys are, right? So look, there might be a lot of different reasons why those members are leaving the NRA, but taking positions that extreme to please the gun manufacturers so they can make more and more money giving guns to good guys and bad guys, at some point might cost you some of the good guys.
I mean, you make so many great points with that. The only thing I would argue is that I almost feel like that this isn't good news, this is bad news. And the reason I think it might be bad news is because yesterday, okay, let's just say in theory, and I think this is a pretty proven theory, when there's been a mass shooting in the past, NRA starts to rake it in, right? People go out, gun sales go crazy because they think, oh my God, they're gonna come for my guns. Yesterday, when that woman shot up those people in Maryland, I read in the paper that it was the third mass shooting of that day. Yeah. Not of the year, not of the month, of the day. And by the way, there was a fourth one in Syracuse. So my feeling is that people go, oh, they're not gonna come for my guns after this mass shooting because we've just agreed that mass shootings are fine and nothing has changed. And therefore, I'm pretty safe, I'm pretty okay. I don't have to worry.
You know what I was thinking about? The other day someone tweeted if Donald Trump doesn't get reelected, something about how his party has guns, and a bunch of left-wingers and Democrats started tweeting. I don't know what made you think that Democrats don't have guns and that people on the left, and it was it went really, really bananas. And I think that the reason that this polarizes people is because the narrative is always dispersed and to make people who don't have all the information scared. And when you scare people, you can move them, right? And so these people are all being scared into believing that somebody's trying to take their guns away when all we're asking for is reasonable regulations. Nobody's trying to take anybody's guns away. It's just, can this be reasonable? This type of armor you don't need. And I just think about all these numbers. All these numbers will never bring back those babies that were murdered in Connecticut. They're never gonna bring back those Parkland kids. A lot of you people who believe these crazy conspiracies that these people didn't exist, that they're crisis actors. I know someone who's friends with someone who lost a child in one of these mass shootings. And so we talk about numbers and how, Dana went on, tweeted about the last time they were talking about how they were losing money, and they were like, no, we're not. these dollars don't mean anything with regards to the lives that have been lost. And so far, we have lost more lives than anywhere else in the world because we don't want to make rules that make sense.
Well, but now the NRA is in a lot of trouble, and they might not be able to push their extreme agenda going forward. One, because they're in massive debt, but two, they're also being investigated for possibly taking money from the Russians. Right. So, but my favorite part, as I said earlier, is that the fact that they're losing members. Real Americans going, no, not interested in this extreme agenda anymore. And if you stopped your membership with the NRA, I got great news for you. You can join Young Turks membership at tyt.com/join. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.